Alright guys, in your notebooks I want you to find the slope between 5, 3 and 3, 8. So I'm going to write it again, 5, 3 and 3, 8. We talked about this yesterday, but to be clear I want to make sure you understand what is going on here. When you look at this problem, x and y, x and y. And if we take a look at the formula again, it is the difference of y's, right? Difference of the y's over the difference of the x's. And make sure you use that first point first here. So I'm going to write this down here, and I want you to go ahead and plug in your difference of y's. I'm going to have 3 minus 8, and then the difference of x's, 5 minus 3. Now with all my periods except for first period, they mentioned what Mr. Holland did last year, which was called the War and Peace, and I really like that method. So if you remember War and Peace, go ahead and use War and Peace here. And when you do that, you should clarify what each specific number is. And with War and Peace, you are either going to have peace, which you add them, or war, which means you're going to subtract them. And if they're different signs, like the top and the bottom are both different signs, you have war with both of them. With a positive 3, when you look at positive 3 here, and negative 8, that negative is going to be making this a war, and the 8 is bigger. So the 8 is larger, so you should know that that number is going to stay negative, and it's going to be just subtracted. You're going to get negative 5. On the bottom, it's 5 and negative 3. That 5 is going to be bigger. It's positive. The difference is going to be over 2. And there's your answer. And just to be clear again, if I went too fast there, you're doing your y here, the first y, minus the second y here. Change of y's, which is going to be negative 5, over the difference of x's. Your 5 here and 3. Did I say 5 earlier? That's obviously a 3 in the 8. Okay? Now go ahead and write a table and make sure you label x and y, and then we're going to put some points in here. Negative 5, 9, 4, and negative 2. And you're going to have to find slope from tables a lot. So you have... Basically, you have a point. You're looking at 2 points right here. So I'm going to write this point out. Just to write it out, it's negative 5, comma 9. Same thing. And then the next point, I'm just going to write it out again next to it. It's easier for you guys to look at it this way. 4, negative 2. And that's all it is. You're just staring at points here. That's all we're looking at. These are points that are in a table. Okay? You're more than capable of handling this. Why don't you go ahead and try this on your own? Right now. I'll give you some time. If you're having trouble, make sure you put your y's on top, 9 and negative 2. That's what it's going to look like, because this negative here is part of your formula. That negative, this negative, is actually right from here, coming down to here, okay? Then from there, we're going to have our x's, negative 5 minus 4. When you solve this, make sure you realize 2 negatives here. Before you start War and Peace at all, when you have 2 negatives, they combine to make a positive. And now it's just 9 plus 2 is 11. Okay? Now up on the bottom, not so easy. We have to make sure we look at these two. Is it war or is it peace? I look at it. It looks to be peace. They're the same. They're negative. So it's going to be negative, and you add them together. It's peace. There's not any subtraction because they're not battling. And that's your answer. So hopefully you guys can handle this, and you can handle the rest of the class today. You have to know this by Thursday when I see you guys again.